One of our meetings, if you're looking to get involved, we are meeting the second Monday every month at the Township Building. We started off, I think Larry, you and I meeting there, and Dave and Gary showed about a year ago, and now, Dave, OG, and now we're building things, so it's really exciting. So please, if you want to get involved, come out Monday nights, 8 p.m. usually when we get started. And also check us out on Facebook. I know Joey has prepared little cards. It's got our Facebook, it's got our email. And again, thank you guys so much for coming out. I want to acknowledge Congressman Lamb, who's here. And Congressman, I'm going to let you say some words. And then we'll open it up to, I want to acknowledge our other local officials.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming out in the rain, and thanks for thinking to invite me here. I hope I can start spending some more time out here now that we're organized and can be putting some events together and everything like that. We've been on something of a tour lately of parts of Western Pennsylvania where the Democratic Party hasn't been as strong in recent years. But you should know that there is a pretty strong wave of hope in all these places. So last weekend, I was in Butler County at their annual dinner, 175 people, largest they've ever had. Next morning, Beaver County, 170 people, largest annual breakfast event they've ever had. Later that day, Lawrence County, about 100 people, largest event they've ever had. Tonight we'll be down in Greene County, probably between 150, 200 people. It's sold out, one of the largest dinners they've ever had. This energy that you guys are all feeling out here heading into 2020 is real. It is new, it is different, and it's a continuation of the momentum that we started to build in 2018. You know, there's a lot of dark days right now with President Trump and all the things that are happening in Washington, but just remember, in the most recent showdown, we won. We elected Democrats in parts of the country where a Democrat hadn't won ever or in a really long time. You know, I mean, we did it. We did it in a particular way. I mean, we talked about the core Democratic message, the things that got us where we are, the things we've always stood for, fighting for unions, fighting for universal programs like Social Security and Medicare, raising the minimum wage, defending the Affordable Care Act. Every one of these policies is something that we favor because it is for the good of all Americans. It relates to something that in Catholic school we called the common good, and that we in the Democratic Party still believe in. But somewhere along the way, we adopted a campaign style that did not honor every single American and their beliefs, and most importantly, where they live. So, for example, the Clinton campaign here in Pennsylvania in 2016 were famous for basically holding events in the city of Philadelphia and the city of Pittsburgh and nowhere else. So then when I ran for Congress in late 2017 and early 2018, we would go down to the deepest parts of Washington County and into Greene County. And I remember this one time we brought all our yard signs with us like you guys have here today. And we brought them in this barn. It was a place called Amwell, where they hadn't had a Democratic committee event in like a decade. And each person that walked in the door, it was like a movie where people are coming out of a nuclear winter, like looking for survivors. They were like looking around, they couldn't believe there were other people in this room. And we start handing out the yard signs, and the one guy starts like fumbling for his wallet. And I kind of look at him, and he's like, "What are you guys charging for these? $10? That's what the Clinton campaign charged." And I was like, "No, I'll pay you to take one of these. Are you kidding me? You live in Amwell." And the fact is, if we fight for every vote, we're going to win. We won't necessarily win every township or every county, but we'll do a lot better than we've done in past elections, and that's enough to lift us all across the state of Pennsylvania. And in the presidential election, lifting us all across the state of Pennsylvania will mean winning the White House. So it all starts here. And you guys know this, it's why you came out today, but I think the enthusiasm and the faith that you're showing us is going to be contagious, and it's going to allow us to do great things next year. So please stay in touch with me and my campaign. Let us know how we can help. We will show up, no matter how big and how small. We're all in this together, guys. Let's go do it. Thank you very much.
Missed that. So my name's Lissa Geiger Shulman. I am in Hampton. Thanks everyone for coming out. This is a really great crowd, and I'm so excited about what I feel is sort of the trend towards building up our local candidates. It's wonderful that you have two school board candidates on the ticket, at least two, right? Okay. Really my background is within education issues, so I'll just speak to that for a couple of minutes. I was previously a middle school science teacher. The work that I do now is in early childhood advocacy. And really what I'm excited about in the ability to go to Harrisburg and work to influence education policy at the state level is a couple things. I think number one, really investing in the critical developmental period that children experience between birth and age 5 is one thing that our state is not doing well enough, and we can do a lot more so that when kids show up for kindergarten, first grade, they're ready and they're prepared to be successful. They have sort of those foundational social skills and emotional skills that are built during those years. The second thing is really making sure that we stop having Harrisburg, the feds, any government entity put down sort of these policies that stifle teacher creativity and really prevent them from doing the sort of hands-on project-based learning, the things that actually, one, get kids excited to learn, and two, give them the real practical 21st century kind of career readiness skills that we know that they need. So those are just a couple of the things that I'm excited to do within education policy. There's a number of other issues, but I don't want to take too much more of your time. So it's great to meet everyone, and really excited for all the energy for Democrats. So thanks.